Peptides are a common trend going on online nowadays, and everybody talks openly about these things when in reality they are super harmful. They are just some compounds made in a lab, mostly synthetic, imported from China, which are supposed to give you superpowers. But here's my personal takedown on peptides. This is from my personal experience while using BPC 157 combined with TB 500. And the reason I even tried to take these things were because I injured my lower back. So before saying anything about these things, I do not know the specific research on it. I don't have the science, evidence. This is just my personal take from what I experienced, and I'm just going to go over whether it's actually worth it or not. Now, there are a lot of peptides going on, especially for people who want more focus or people who want to lose weight so that their appetite is in control so that they can lose weight easier. There are multiple types of peptides, but the peptide I'm going to talk about today, I mean, there are actually two peptides that I took, were BPC 157 combined with TB 500. So these two compounds, they work synergetically. They are supposed to heal cartilages and repair muscle tissue. So I took this just because I was hearing online that, if you take this, you're going to heal like Wolverine. And I actually fallen for this scam. So what did I do? I just texted my bodybuilder coach and I asked him, should I take BPC 157 combined with TB 500? And he was like, sure, go ahead. And he actually gave me the prescription. He gave me the site from where to buy these things. So at the beginning, I was so hesitant for I'm natural. And I was like, is this going to take away my Natty card because I take peptides? And so I was super hesitant about taking it. But the pain that I was having in my lower back was so crucial that I generally didn't know what to do. Now, just thinking over it, I was just a dumbass because if you don't focus on your mobility, on your recovery, on your form, and all these other variables, taking a peptide is not going to do shit for you. Peptides are not going to give you discipline, right? So many people take them just to shortcut the process. Everybody wants a shortcut, but those things are not going to teach you discipline. And when something comes fast to you, you're going to lose it just as fast as you got it. So for example, if you manage to lose weight with using peptides, when you stop using them, you're going to get the weight back just as fast as you lost it because you still do not know what it takes to lose weight without using them. You don't have the habits in place to become the person that can lose the weight and sustain that without using synthetic peptides. So I just injured my lower back. And at the beginning, I just started taking a bit of rest. Then after like 2-3 weeks, after my back was a bit better, I just went and trained just as hard as I used to train. And then I retweaked my lower back. I didn't do a scan on the spine to see if there was a herniated disc or something, but the only thing I knew was that I have the pain. So when I was bending down to tie my shoes, my lower back was so flared up that I nearly had no breath. And that made me realize, what am I actually doing? Where have this bodybuilding thing taken me so far? Because it only let me inflame, weights haven't progressed, and now also I just injured myself. And so at that time, mentally, I was struggling so hard. For even the only thing that I had going on in my life, which was the gym, was taken away from me. I couldn't train. And that messed up my mental health. Instead of fixing the root problem that caused this injury, which were lack of mobility, poor recovery, and poor habits, and so I was like, why not shortcut this healing process? Let me just search on what can I do to just get quick back at training. And I was searching on Google, I was searching on TikTok and on Instagram. I just came across this thing called BPC 157. Then I just did my research on it and I was seeing the BPC 157 goes in good combination with TB 500. And it has these magic healing properties. So as I said, I texted my coach and he was like, yeah, let's do that if you still have this massive pain. And so I listened to my coach, I bought this, and I started using it for a month. Now, to be super honest, after like 2 weeks, pain started fading away, but not from my lower back, but from my knee, because I had an ongoing injury that I had previously, which was at my knee, at my left knee. So with that, it actually helped. I'm gonna be honest, my knees when I was squatting were feeling way smoother, but my lower back was still in pain. And I was just trying to inject this thing closer to my lower back, like in my butt or close, like directly in my lower back, thinking that it's going to heal it. But it didn't do anything because I was still sitting on a chair for 8 hours without moving. I wasn't doing 10,000 steps. I wasn't doing mobility. I wasn't working on my weak parts, which were weak glutes, poor internal rotation, weak core, and all these things led to that injury in the first place. So I had to work on all of this, and only then I managed to get free from that pain that I had going on. But a peptide, a synthetic peptide, ain't going to do anything. So I still have this thing remaining. This is the actual thing that you have to combine it with the VPC 157 and with the TB 500. So when you're going to order that, if you want to order that shit, that is a powder, and you're going to mix it with this bacteriostatic water, right? This is a sterile solution for injection. So you're going to combine this with that, and then you're just going to inject it. So my personal take on this, if you had a massive injury on, let's say, your hamstring tear off or your pec just teared off, then yes, maybe these things are going to heal, are going to help you. But if you have lower back pain, this thing is not going to help you. This thing is not going to shortcut that process. And in reality, you shouldn't need them. You shouldn't tear down your pec in the first place or your hamstring, because you should warm up properly. You should take care of your nutrition, of your recovery, so that doesn't happen in the first place. And when it comes about weight loss, for example, if you don't have the discipline to just be careful of the food that you put in your body and the way you train and your sleep and your recovery, don't even think about the peptide, right? Don't be a lazy ass shit taking this, thinking that, oh my God, I cracked the code. You haven't cracked shit. You have no discipline. So you getting the results is strictly tied to your inputs. Stop trying to find a shortcut. Oh, let me just get fast results. No, those results are not going to last for a lot of time. You want something, you want a life transformation where you, for example, get in shape, but you can sustain it for the rest of your life. It's not just for a short period of time. And here I refer even to a year. If you can do things consistently, be careful of your food, train hard, and have your habits nailed down just for a year, that's still not consistency. You need to have this long-term vision. How are you going to feel when you are 40 years old, 50 years old, 60 years old? You want to do something that is actually going to sustain you for a lifetime. So when you focus on your nutrition, on your general health, on recovery, on your sleep, on gut health, on improving your hormonal health, so when you learn that, you're going to carry it on for the rest of your life. You're going to be in shape, shredded, year-round, without needing to count calories and doing all this bullshit. You shouldn't need these things. You shouldn't need a synthetic compound made in a lab. You don't need this shit. You need real discipline. You need quality sleep. You need good habits, good nutrition, where you're focusing on whole food, you're focusing on training intensely, and on your recovery. That's it. Stop trying to find a shortcut. And if you actually go to a person who tells you to take these things, don't listen to them. They are just lazy. That's not what you want. You want a life transformation. It's not just, oh, let's just shred down fat just to look good for summer. No, you want it to look good and feel good for the rest of your life. That's the mindset you should have when it comes about the gym, when it comes about your health. Stop being so short-sighted and think only for the present moment, and think on the broad scheme of things. How you're going to feel in the future. How you're going to feel when you're going to be a father, for example. For me, it really made me think, yo, all the muscle I had was meaningless if, for example, I will become a father and I cannot even play with my children, for I have lower back pain. I cannot bend over and play with my kid just because I had the lower back pain. So you doing 2 plates, 3 plates, barbell rows, it's not something cool. Stop having this short-term mindset. Delay gratification. Think in long term. That's how you're actually going to build something sustainable. For me now, I don't have to count calories, yet I'm shredded and jacked year round. Because that's what happens when you actually create a lifestyle that you enjoy. You're going to naturally feel good, feel your best, operate your best, have massive amounts of energy, look your best when you have everything nailed down, when it's based on your lifestyle. It's not a workout plan or a nutrition plan that you follow for 6 months or a year. No, it's a lifestyle that you need to create, that you're going to carry on for the rest of your life. That's the mindset you need to have. So when you're going to think in this way, you're not going to want to take no peptide. So if you need any personal help on how to get in shape, remove vices from your life, getting the best health of your life, feel free to reach out on my Instagram. I will drop the link in this description. And let's kill it. Stop being a bitch and let's make you become your higher self.